All right. Well, welcome to season one of MMA, Mamba Mentality Association, uh, the 2K League. We're about to get our draft underway. And for those of you that couldn't make it, and when you're watching this, there's going to be some big moves. For those of you that are here, there are going to be some big moves. So, a lot to be excited for. Um, as I guess, real quick question, when we're doing this, are we putting a timer on the clock? I mean, we don't need forever, but maybe 30 seconds, a minute. What are we doing? What do we want to do here?
Yeah,
Um, Probably like a minute for the first round, the second rounds, and maybe
right. Let 30 seconds for the rest.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Somebody, I
is that
guess,
enough time though? Like for everybody?
Oh yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true. Yeah, B
I
Ross,
think,
JP, y'all good with that?
Probably like a minute
yeah, about
30
a
for
minute, about a
each.
minute. But if you have
A
your
minute
pick
and 30?
in
Hey, hey,
a
hey,
minute, a minute.
yeah,
Minute.
yeah, you can do a
All right,
minute. I'm
1 minute.
going to be going in later to work. I took a little time, little extra time I had.
Okay, appreciate you, JP. Before the last thing I want to ask too, if we, I mean, we can give some input while we're waiting, but when that minute goes up, let's get those picks in instantly. So,
Yeah,
we have a
yep.
little discussion in between if we want, but outside of that minute, let's keep it moving.
Do we just put our picks in the captain's chat or
Uh, if you want to, and I'll announce it, that's fine.
okay?
Unless each captain wants to announce their own pick, which is also fine.
Yeah. I would like to announce mine because I may say some things about that player when I draft.
Yeah, sounds good. All right then. So, to get us underway, for this first pick. I mean, it should be pretty simple, but we're gonna give him this minute. JP with the
You
first
are on the
overall pick
clock.
to which team? What's the team name again? I saw it in the chat.
Ball hogs is what we're gonna
Ball
go.
Hogs.
Oh,
So on the clock,
H
Ball Hogs. Hey,
H.
since
How you spell that for me, brother?
HAWGS.
That's what I thought. Okay.
since we got some time, real brief, let me. Does anybody doing the timer? Because if not, I can do it.
Yeah. Grab the timer.
Okay. All right, real fast. While we're doing that, any of our, guests here, us or anybody have any input? What's the consensus on the number one overall pick here? I'm
We
pretty
all
sure.
know this is for semantics and TV time, but we all know what's happening.
Yeah.
Enlighten us, sir.
This is the Spurs with Victor Wembanyama. They could just take it to the board as soon as the timer starts because we know what's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Has the timer started?
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah.
running. It's
The
running.
timer's running.
Okay, well, can I go ahead
Unless
and
someone
announce
wants
my
to sell
pick?
the farm
Oh
straight
yeah,
up for that
yeah.
number one
Yes, you
pick.
Yes.
can. I'm gonna
All hogs.
reset
You
the
have the
timer.
floor.
All right, so with my first overall pick, and also would be
Oh,
franchise
just okay. Sorry,
my
just making sure.
franchise player with the number one overall pick. I pick Austin, Ravens fan,
Oh,
4079.
Wow,
oh.
the shocker, shocker. Now, um,
Let
before
the
we
chaos begin.
yeah, before we get to we're gonna put a minute on the clock in a second, but as we're about to do that, we have a bombshell trade to announce
I
here.
couldn't see Austin faces. Then mouth drop.
Said you want to type this up in the Discord or should I do it also? Because we got to announce this trade here. So even for those that
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
and George needs to be let in, he said.
Oh.
Um so as I'm gonna type it up and we're gonna put this clock, get the timer running in a second. But bombshell trade to announce JP has traded with James. So James has traded the number 2 overall pick for the number, I want to say number whatever pick JP has in the second round, number 10.
10. Yep. Number 10 pick.
So JP is now picking back to back, and he is on the clock for the second overall pick. So the ball hogs are now on the clock. Timer is running.
With the second overall pick, Ball Halls is going to select Kyle Martin Loach.
Oh man. Austin,
Shocker,
unmute.
right? Shocker.
Austin,
Absolutely.
unmute. Austin, unmute. We gotta hear your reaction here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to hear your initial thoughts on that, Austin.
It's been a long time coming with me being able to pause, with being able to be on the same team with Kyle. You know, they said it would never happen,
Yep.
but it happened.
Yep, I got the two
Crazy.
baddest white boys in the chat.
I don't know if Chris was going to be happy to hear that or not, but you know, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset the timer. We got said bad boys on the clock with a minute.
Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and go because I don't need the minute. So I think that this particular player that I'm about to draft, I think he could be arguably one of the best players in the draft. I've seen some great defense. I've seen some great offense. I've seen some great playmaking. And I've seen enough to make this guy my franchise player. The Bad Boys organization is drafting Ace, the Beast.
Wow.
Wow. Not expecting that.
Quite a
Not
move there. I'm just typing in the chat too. All right. All right. And that puts Dream Chasers on the clock. I'm not going to drag it out either. I mean, everybody speculated on this one. You know, it feels right. We're bringing MMA back. So I brought Dream Chasers back. So in order to bring Dream Chasers back, I got to bring back my guy, my youngin, Tay. So it's very versatile. You know, he got multiple builds, shooter, point guard, good teammate, great defender. Don't pass to him. Don't try to pass to his corner if he's in his own, because that's swiped and all that good stuff. So this was like the no-brainer for me, bringing him back. So let's run it back, Tay. Let's get to the chip again. And with that said, B Ross on the clock. I'm sorry I forgot your team name.
Team name is called Crusaders.
Crusaders on the clock.
And I don't need a timer. I'm already just going to say this. Crusaders is going to be drafting one of the champion players from the UBA league that I actually won with, and that's young Steve.
Nice.
Steve.
Nice. Very, very nice pick.
The franchise player, Steve. Yeah.
Nice. Well, you know you're on the clock back to back. Steve is in here. Steve, how you feeling about being reunited with B Ross? If you would be so kind.
Oh my goodness, I almost brought tears to my eyes. Oh man,
That's funny.
You know, I ran with B Ross, we won the chip, and I wanted to run it back with him, but you know, I had already took a spot, and so you know, I'm ready to run it back. You know, hopefully we can get a second chip in. You know, so yeah.
Got you, bro. Got you. All right.
Sounds good. B Ross, you're on the clock with the back-to-back pick, the very first pick of the second round here. And
yeah, I got you. Yeah, I don't need no timer again. And this time I'm gonna be drafting another guy that I actually ran with, and I know for a fact that we should have went to the championship round with that last season in the UBA league. So who I'm drafting now is G Money.
Solid pick. G Money. Solid pick there. Ah, boy. So I'm on the clock here. I'm actually going to take my time here. So that does tell you that B Ross did indeed swipe one of my picks. So.
Oh, snap.
Thank you, B Ross.
Yeah, he messed up. Hey, he messed up my mock draft. I was all the way correct into that pick.
There you go. So make sure I got this correct. All right, I'm about ready. I'm gonna go probably. I don't think anybody sees this one coming. For my number 2 pick, so my first pick in the second round, I'm actually going to welcome in a newcomer, Ben Renzo, aka from 2K22. Now we're talking two 2Ks ago. He was the clone of Sat, we called him. Dude was a killer. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what he does with this 2K. I did like some things I saw in the combine. There's some things we can work on, but looking solid. So let's get it. That puts.
That's a nice pick.
Yes.
Thank you. That puts who's on the clock now? I lost track there. Is it said?
Yes,
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Stop playing with me.
Oh, I should be adding players when they're, that's when they're
Yeah,
drafted.
I'm gonna need some time myself here, so bear with me.
All right. So, in the meantime, from the player's perspective, Oz, any shockers so far for you?
I was definitely shocked by Sed's pick. I mean, I've seen Ace play a couple games, but I really thought he was going to go Steve. That was really where I thought he was going. I actually think Steve's been the most consistent player that I've seen so far between shooting and defense. I'm interested who's going to have as a playmaker because Steve tends to not want to do that. So I'll see if Sed wants to take on that role or if he addresses that with his next pick.
I think so. Sed got Ace.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I'm assuming because I know I actually had I wrote up a mock myself and I did have Sed taking Ace. I know Sed was looking for a point guard and I figured he was going to go Ace. So the question, I guess, for B Ross's team is then who's their playmaker with Steve, George.
I mean, George has been running that point guard a lot.
With that 60 pass accuracy.
You know,
B Ross said, I got
it. I mean, I don't know. Ross has made a new center or if he has to do that in the league.
What's the timer on the clock?
It should be my fault. Thank you for that. Time's up. Thank you.
Oh man. Thanks, James. Gosh.
Yeah.
Wasn't ready.
I know you weren't.
Was not ready.
I'm on bike.
With the
Because
can we mute somebody, whoever that is in the background?
Yeah. Sounds like George household.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So with the second pick of the Bad Boys organization, we have really thought very, very long and hard.
Quit stalling, man. Just say the name.
About this decision here, as I'm still thinking. But with the second pick, I am going to go with a guy that I was able to
my goodness, say it.
Win a championship with. I'm going to draft Ryan.
Ryan. Wow.
Drafting Ryan?
Did not see that coming.
Ryan.
Wow. A little bit of a reach there, I think. But all right.
Wow. Okay. I didn't expect that. Timer's on. So here, this is what we're
I got 4 straight picks.
Yeah, so for those that saw the announcement, because James kind of dropped it all at once. Here, so the other side of the trade, JP and James traded. So JP traded away his second round pick to James for the number 2 overall pick. James then received the number 10 pick, but he also received the number 11 pick and gave away the number 19 pick. So James is now picks number 9, 10, 11, and 12. Just for everybody's to know. So James, you are on the clock. I'm gonna give you like a whole 2-minute timer, or do you think you're gonna need more than that?
For all 4 picks, or
yeah, I was gonna put it together, but I mean, in fairness, you do have 4 minutes, but if you wasn't sure if you're gonna need a whole 4 minutes since you're picking all back to back.
Well, I already know who I'm gonna go with for my my 9th pick, my franchise player.
What's the team name? Excuse me.
Oh, team name Pirates.
Pirates.
Yeah. What is he? You know what I'm saying?
You got it?
So with my ninth pick, I'm gonna go with Robbie Robinson.
Young Robbie Robinson.
Robbie.
Bringing championship DNA and experience. I believe,
2-time.
along with Kyle, Robbie is the only 2-time champion in our league, right?
Yes.
Austin?
No, Austin. I'm sorry, am I wrong, Austin? Did you win twice?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's Austin and Robbie. Okay.
Got Austin
And
Robbie.
Kyle.
And Kyle.
So
Oh,
JP
and
has
Kyle. All right.
2-time champs on his team now. Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
All right,
All right.
James.
So for my number 10 pick, I am going to go with big wavy mane, Chris.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. I'm editing the names so everybody can see what team they actually went to with their picks. So, all right. So we got Chris, Robbie, and James. That's a nice little trio there.
Man, yeah, it is.
All right. So, what pick we on now? 11. Okay.
11.
Pick 11.
Yes,
First pick of the third round.
All right.
Here begins to 4 points. 4 points.
So my 11th pick, I'm going to go with Hunter. It's my 11th pick.
Wow.
All right. Two bigs.
Hunter's in here, isn't he? Hunter, what's your reaction here? Aren't you in here? If not, we'll keep it moving. But Austin, can you fill in? That's your guy. Hunter's your guy. So what are your thoughts on this one?
I'm interested with him and Chris fit.
Barry.
Yeah, Barry.
I know he does have a small forward, like a 3-and-D type, which I don't know if that's what he's going to slide to, or Chris plays on his power forward instead of his center. But we'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And,
I don't know.
And Chris wants to play the 5 solely.
Yeah.
You know how TGM work.
Oh boy. It's gonna be interesting.
I don't know. I think a trade. I don't know. We'll see. I guess.
All right. We have who's next on the clock? Well, James has one more
James
pick
on the clock. Yep.
He has one more pick.
Yes,
All right. So for my last pick, I'm gonna go with a guy who's pretty solid overall. My last pick, I'm going with Luwak. Rep man.
Wow.
I knew that was gonna happen.
I just shredded up my my draft board.
I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, I them 4 picks. I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
He picked 3 out of the 4 people I knew he would pick.
Yeah, that's solid. That's not a bad team at all. That's a very solid team. Very solid. Man. All righty. Is it said on the clock? Who's on the clock now?
It is said.
We're on the 3rd round, correct? Yep, said is on the clock. Let's go, said Derek. Clock is running too, said. Ain't no stalling this time. Sure.
Talk to me.
Hey man, what you gonna move?
Say what now?
You are not on mute.
Yeah, whoever's talking is not on mute. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That sounds like a Said and JP working a backdoor trade deal or something. That's what that sounded like to me. Sound like I heard JP and Said. I could be mistaken here.
What's that?
It's okay. That wasn't JP then. I thought I heard what you said on the phone with one of y'all. because I heard him say talk to me. So let me check this timer. Said you got 9 seconds, my brother. All right, said your time is up. Get that pick announced, sir.
You know, in the leagues, in the real leagues, they don't bring it in time. They skip down.
I mean, if you don't need to keep this moving, but he might have something going on outside. Give him a little bit of buffer time, maybe. But James being in the front office and here, what do you suggest if he doesn't come back in another like 30 seconds or so? Unless that was James on the phone, I mean.
All I'm saying is in the NFL and the NBA, if they don't bring a pick, it goes
Yeah,
straight
I
down to
think that
the end.
so it was James and said on the phone. James said was on the phone with somebody. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right, what's the pick said? Or what's the trade?
Man, that man's like he's a hard dealer. Hard dealer.
That's why he picked 2 bigs.
So
Smart.
yeah, so there's a trade to be announced. We myself and James have struck a deal. The Pirates and the Bad Boys. The trade will be for Ryan will be traded for Big Wavy Christopher Taylor.
Okay, just so I'm following it. So Ryan is going to the Pirates.
Ryan will be going to the Pirates. Big Wavy will be coming to the Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
So what's your pick?
Yeah, what's your pick though?
I'm sorry. We're still on that.
Oh, never mind.
We share the I'll share screen. You need to look at it.
All right. Well, with my third pick, the Bad Boys will be selecting Intakens. Elijah.
Oh, I forgot about I forgot about Elijah, bro. Oh man,
I didn't forget about him. I knew that was coming. I can't type in the trade here. Can you, James, are you able to announce that
Yeah,
trade?
I'll type it in.
Okay. And then number 13, we have Elijah. Is he ever going to be added to Discord? Said. And if not, it's okay. I'm just asking.
At this point, the way our Discord is looking, I am perfectly fine with that. James, what is your thoughts? He's also,
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. You can definitely add him. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. All right.
Question with that trade: is it just player for player? There's no other picks involved. It's just a straight player swap.
Straight player swap.
Yep.
Okay.
Straight player swap. Man, this is great. I didn't think this was gonna happen. I'm super thankful. I gotta, thank everybody. I'm able to grab another player that I could not believe this was gonna happen. The chemistry should be pretty good right off the bat, I think. I'm bringing the other half of the SAT 2.0, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab my boy
Oh
Jamal,
man.
aka Ben Leak. He's gonna be reunited with Ben Renzo, and I'm expecting the two of them to be a terror together.
Where's
Terror.
Chris at? He was hiding players. I told you. That was my Chris voice. That was my Chris voice.
Hey man, you can call it whatever you want, hater, but haters gonna hate. But I'm ready for them to make some noise. So we're gonna see what they got. So with that being said, we've now reached the last pick in the third round. B Ross, you are on the clock with back-to-back picks. Timer is running.
Okay. With my pick, I'm going to draft. Oh wow. All right. So I'm going to draft Crusaders are going to be drafting Bishop.
Nice, solid pick.
Yeah,
That's a solid pick.
I'm going to be
Great
drafting
teammate.
him. Oh man, I got back-to-back picks too. All right, I just realized it. You know what? That's what we gonna do. That's what we gonna do. I'm actually with my next pick. The next person I'm gonna go after. It's crazy too. I haven't seen this dude play. I haven't seen him play at all. Dang, I'm at a loss for words.
Well, your timer is up, so you're gonna have to find those words and announce that pick, my boy.
All right. What I'm gonna do, and no one's actually drafted him before, and I'm actually gonna give him a shot. I'm drafting Wayne.
Wow. Wow.
Solid pick.
That crazy part is that was my pick, B Ross. Excellent pick. Excellent pick. Oh boy. Man, this draft is coming together pretty nicely.
That was also my pick, B Ross. Thanks. Appreciate you.
So I'm gonna take my timer here. So my time is running. I'm gonna take my time and think about this one.
You see the board okay? I still got it up for whoever want to look at it.
He has a very particular hard decision to make because on one end, he has family.
Hold on. These next picks though. These next picks though. Woo!
Very, very hard decision.
This is actually that is a very hard decision here. All right, I think my time is up. Yep. Okay. So with the 17th pick, the Dream Chasers are going to take somebody that I played with for, played 2K with, pause, for a while. I love you, Phil. I love you, my brother. But I'm gonna grab M. Willie.
M. Will with the deal.
Hey, that's a very good pick. Very good.
Right, well, hey, no worries, Phil. No worries, brother. The bad boys are going to draft 40 without a doubt. 40.
Man. Well, I think that he's in good hands. Hopefully he actually gets to stay on the bad boys this time around, for more than I think one game, but
I am paired with TCM again.
Oh boy. So, we'll see what happens. I do say that's a quality pick there. Yeah, Phil's you know what you're getting with Phil. And he's gonna knock down shots and he's gonna be very annoying on defense. I hope he's never guarding me when we play because he's just a face guard beast. So
did you talk yourself into a trade, huh? No, you can't have him.
All right, and that was to the Dream Chasers was M. Will. All right, and now so we reached the end of, or not the end of the draft, I shouldn't say, but we've reached the next pick. JP here will be picking back to back, making back to back picks. I guess we really have to have an announcement, or how do we want to go about this?
I don't even know who's left. So
okay. All right. Give me 1 second.
I can tell you right now, the two guys didn't play at all in the combine. Hey, but listen, if I can make a suggestion, just so he can't say he was drafted last, grab division first.
Right, but who else is left?
Miami boy. Miami boy.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. I'll go division and then Miami boy.
Okay. I do think now I haven't seen him play at all on this 2K at all, so I couldn't draft him. I was really thinking about it, but Miami boy was a knockdown shooter on
Yeah, he's
last
solid.
2K,
Yeah, he
and
was,
he's
but
their
I haven't
power
seen him.
forward.
I haven't seen him
Yeah,
play.
so
Only
you
thing.
might JP might have the steal of the
Diamond in the
draft right
rough.
there.
For real.
And if he does, that team becomes instantly scary because you have two, the two number one and the two picks back to back with. If he ends up being like even a third round talent, then JP wins the draft in my opinion. But um, uh, any thoughts from? I'll let each captain go, so I'm not running my mouth. Captains, let's go with the order that we had picked in the first round. So basically JP would start it for us. Any thoughts on your draft? Anything you want
I'm
to say?
actually pretty happy, man. I feel like I got two very good players in the top of the draft. High IQ. I think people that know how to figure it out. So we'll work on what we got to do to make a run.
It sounds good. I think y'all gonna be a tough team. It's hard to pass up that that championship DNA. Two of the only three people in this whole league that have won multiple chips. That's a lot of DNA right there. Good DNA. Um, I'm interested to see though. You have Kyle that runs center. Oss wants to play. Has told captains during the combine he's playing on his center, and Division is a center. Gonna see how this plays out. Uh, JP or James, though you traded away, you were number 2 in the draft order, so let you go next.
Okay.
Second round, number 10.
What you wanted to like what you ask me?
Your thoughts, how you feeling on your team? Just anything you want to say about your team. And then I'll ask you another question after that as a follow-up. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, I feel like my team it played out better than I could have ever imagined, for real, to be honest with you. Like it was a huge risk, but I felt like I filled a lot of holes. Like I filled a lot of different gaps, and I feel like this team that I've assembled is very, very solid and is a legitimate contender for the chip. So I couldn't be more happy.
All right, so two questions now. Can you repeat give us your roster now with the trades completed first?
All right. So completed roster. With the trade, it is myself, Robbie, Ryan, Lou, and Hunter.
I like that team. It's a very solid team. I don't see weaknesses there. Very solid team.
Wait, he said Hunter.
Yeah. So you missed the trade?
Oh,
No,
that's right.
Did you miss it? Yeah. So Hunter got traded for. Chris got traded for Ryan. So you're bringing in Robbie Ryan together with Lou. That defensively, well, okay, minus Robbie. Defensively, that team is tough.
Dang.
Oh,
I'm gonna call a bean because Robbie submitted one build, and that build has no defense. So if I see Robbie start averaging like 2 steals a game, we're gonna start calling for some kind of violation going on there.
Oh yeah.
But solid team. So my other question for you, real quick, James, I'm sorry, was just your thought process. Like, who came to who with the trade? What was the thought process on the trade? And I'm talking about the big trade because that's the biggest trade in any league I've ever seen so far. For somebody to get two, and I should have asked JP this as well, but for somebody to get the first 2 picks back to back, that's unheard of.
Yeah. So nobody was really trying to make any moves, man. And I was like, okay, well,
You knew
how about
JP had to listen in there.
Hey, you didn't ask me.
Always got to listen in there.
You didn't ask me.
Yeah. So I knew that JP had a tough decision with that number 1 pick. He couldn't miss, with that. So I was like, well, I came to him with the trade and, he accepted it. So now he gets 2 talents to play alongside him, give him a chance to win.
Hey, BG, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, sir.
JP and James, y'all both capped, but I'm gonna see y'all on the court.
Oh no, hey, no. If we, hey, I told I actually had
I'm gonna see
conversations.
y'all on the court. I don't need no
I
excuses.
had conversations with the Bad Boys organization, and Chris was very high up on my board list if the draft order stayed the same.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. One last question. I guess I'll ask this for JP. Now, JP, you were taking a big risk here getting the last two picks in the draft. Did you? I'm guessing since you pulled the trigger, you must have felt that the risk was worth the reward worth
Yeah.
risk, whatever.
In
So
my previous captainship, when I had the first overall pick, when you have the first overall pick in a snake draft, that means you have the last pick in the draft. And so a lot of times it just depends on the availability of players towards the end of the draft can kind of cripple you. And so pretty much it was go top heavy and see what we can find at the bottom. And so that was just a risk that I was just willing to take because I would rather have two five all-stars and then try to figure out the pieces at the end than with one and try to figure it out.
gotcha. Very solid move. All right, we're gonna move on to Said, but I want to say this to James. James, you ain't really asked nobody. You just said, "Hey, I'm B Ross and BG. I guess y'all good where y'all at." If you'd asked me, man, you see, I was trying to.
No,
I was trying to
I did ask B Ross, and B Ross was like, I am good. I'm like, bro,
I'm good.
Man, you
come on, work with me,
should have
man.
asked me, man. Should have asked me. But no, we did.
I
Me
didn't
and
know.
James did
That's
try
why I
to.
put but that's why I put that out there, that message out there in the captain's chat. I was like, everybody good where they're at? And then everybody did except JP. And so I was like, well,
I look when you said,
yeah.
are y'all good where y'all at?" I didn't know you were talking trade talk.
Oh, okay.
I'm a GM, bro. Just I'm got the listening ear. But
Yeah.
good
You
moves
you
though.
go you can go ahead and tell them though
The
about,
fact that
the
I'm not
trade that
on the
almost happened.
Yeah, so we did almost work out a trade. James and I were about to swap picks in the second round. Um, of course, he had two picks in the second round, so I was gonna give up my earlier pick to get a later pick in the second round, but also give up. I was trying to give up my pick in the fourth round because I wanted to move up to the third, but it didn't move. Trade talks didn't they stalled. So
Yeah.
that being said, let's go to Said. Said, your thoughts on your team. Anything you want to say regarding your team at all?
Well, the drafts never go the way that you think you play it around in your head and you think for sure it's going to go the way you think. And then somebody, picks somebody that you didn't expect and it kind of throws you off. So that definitely did happen. So I had a game plan going into the draft. I think, I executed it pretty well. I was able to get Ace, of course, who I think whether you're looking at his VIP or whether you've seen the games, I see the IQ, I see the leadership as a point guard. So that's where I wanted to stake my hat on as a franchise player. And then also too, I had the chance to go big, go grab a big there but Ryan's been playing really great. So I want to give a shout out to Ryan. Ryan's been playing really good. So he was, of course, on my eye there. And James surprised me. That's where the surprise comes in at. He took two centers. It's like, no way he takes two bigs, but he took two bigs. So either way, I was able to get the big I was looking for, Christopher Ashton Taylor. So
not
we're
the government.
yeah. So the big wavy, the one I done, the red smoothie. So we're gonna do what we should have done a long time ago, which is win a chip. And then we're gonna bring our little brother along in takings, which I think is probably gonna surprise a lot of people.
Except BG.
Yeah. So because I think we've seen a little bit of the accuracy in the combine, but I think there's a little bit more to show. And then of course getting 40, level-head, the most level-headed person gonna come in, grab a whole bunch of offensive rebounds, disturb, play great defense. And I think we're gonna be really solid. I think we're gonna be really solid. Look forward to it.
Yeah, y'all got a nice team there. And if my brother couldn't be on my team, at least he's on my twins team. Shout out to Chris. We say we're twins, brother. Don't hate. Um, now, so we're gonna get. Actually, I do want to know where you guys was that that trade, Hunter and Ryan trade. Was that trade in the works? Did y'all have any discussions about making a trade during the draft, or was that straight up when it happened? Like the draft happened, you said, "Oh, let me make this move now." Like, was that predetermined or not? Either one of you can answer that.
That was definitely not predetermined. I was gonna try to make that work. And then said called me, last minute and post the trade, trying to hash it out, and it just happened. A spur of the moment.
Wow, gotcha. So then you were about to rock out with Chris and Hunter on the same team.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely.
Wow, wow. Okay,
yeah,
that's very interesting. And I think what happened is realized. I think I figured out. Didn't want to play big this season. He's been lighting it up a little bit with his small forward.
right,
So
right. I know he
he
didn't want.
saw, yeah, he saw it wasn't no centers left. So he said, "Oh, I got to make a move." Um, all right. So my team, my thoughts. Like I feel like the draft played out for me pretty much. I didn't expect. I thought there was no way I was gonna be able to get Leak and Renzo, and I know some people haven't seen them play much or have seen them play and they haven't looked the best so far. I think Leak only played one game in the
No, I have.
combine. Renzo and Leak together, James can attest to this. I know this is now we're talking two 2Ks ago at this point,
Yeah, yeah.
but
I'm telling you, it was nice.
they were sat in a Jonte, like literally cooking, and they actually I'm gonna keep it a bean. They cook sat. They cooked Sat. They outsat it Sat. And this was on the 6-1 build that Sat was on. So I when I saw that they were both there, I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. I didn't think I was gonna get a chance to get them both. I'm gonna be honest. I knew I had to take Renzo in the second round because I felt like if he was there in the second round, I feel like you were gonna grab him, James. I could be wrong, but
yeah,
I was
I had actually messaged him and
man. I was nervous about it. I was nervous. So, and then of course bringing in Tay, that was huge, and getting in with a floor spacer that can play multiple builds and all that stuff is really good too. I did want to see, like, I ain't gonna lie to you, B Ross grabbing Wayne because Wayne has been cashing out on that power forward. I had Wayne on my the top of my list at power forward this time around, and I just felt like I had to grab Leak early, and just in case B Ross or somebody grabbed him, but I did not expect it.
That was a good pick. That was a good pick, as he was definitely on my radar.
Yeah, so I was a little nervous, but I really like my team, and we're looking forward to seeing what we do this season. So I'm gonna get to B Ross to round it out. B Ross, your thoughts on your team?
Okay, my thoughts on my team. I'm very happy on how that actually played out anyway, because with BG taking the league, I'm like, you know what? It actually gave me another option with someone that I was actually familiar with, and me getting George and Steve, for them to like alone, I know for a fact that they actually could play. They play well together. And knowing Steve, I've already played him, and he's already a menace when it comes to defense. So I'm actually happy with that pick. Now, grabbing Bishop and Wayne, those having them two, I'm also happy with that, because knowing me, I actually space the floor and they can do whatever they want. And another thing is with those two, and having G and Steve on my team. So I was really happy on how the draft actually played out for me, especially having the last pick and then being in a snake draft, having back-to-back picks like twice. I'm like, you know what, this is actually a good spot for me. So all around, I'm pretty good with my team, and I can't wait to see how this league plays out. Because first and foremost, I'm coming after everybody, and it's brotherly love, but I'm coming after everybody, and we're trying to win a chip.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to a good season from everybody. I guess we can get to like later on, and not tonight, but get to everybody's projections and all that stuff. But looking forward to it. I think I think it's going to be a very exciting season. I see some faces on teams that I haven't seen like together before. Definitely never seen Kyle and Austin on a team for a full season. That's going to be interesting. And then James team, that's going to be real interesting. I'm pretty much every team. There's no team I'm looking at and saying, oh, this is a free dub. I don't see any weaknesses too much on too many of these teams. So see what happens. Anybody else on any final thoughts for the draft?
I'm straight, cuz.
All right. Said, you want to say anything in closing, or are we good to go?
Yep, good to go. Bad boys, let's go.
Dream Chasers, you know what it is.
Ace and Wavy. 1-2 punch. Kobe and Shaq. Penny and Shaq. Which one you want?
Go with Penny and Shaq because they ain't never win.
Well, that's a whole lot of injuries right there, boy.
They ain't win, so that's what I like. Keep them Penny and Shaq. Y'all got that. All right, signing out, fellas.